German engineering in the house, baby. Bringing to you, handsome devils, a 5-star, 4-course meal of delicious German space magic. Guys, this is imported straight from the Rhineland on a basket of sauerkraut and now invading your screen while you're in the room that made Elvis famous. Baby, let's talk about some overpriced Euro trash that HK claims to be approximately 5 more A's gooder than their original and the official gun of the European Special Forces. First things first, gentlemen, the channel's absolutely popping off here. So guys, just to put it in perspective, this January of 2024, we had 33,000 subscribers here, 33,000 kings and queens. But we are now over 280,000 subscribers as of right now. This has been absolutely insane. And guys, I just can't thank you enough for supporting me. I really never thought me deciding to take a camera to the range one day would turn this hillbilly into a guy that people enjoy watching. So, gentlemen, keep up the great work and being a friend of mine here. I appreciate you, handsome king. So, now let's talk about the Germans' attempt at reimagining General Eugene Stoner's masterpiece and that Russian Kalashnikov guy's nightmare fuel gun rolled up into one big old AR-47? Yeah, because kind of that's almost like what we have here, but we'll get to that. First, let's talk about the history. Let's talk about Larry Vickers, Delta Force, and the quest to develop the original HK-416. Now, back in the late 90s, they were using pretty much exclusively MP5s as their CQB weapon. They loved it, and here's the thing, it did great, but the problem was the MP5 did not really excel at anything other than inside of a house or structure. Range is super limited, and the stopping power of 9mm beyond really 50 yards to 100 yards, well, it's lacking to say the least. And making good consistent hits beyond that, well, I mean, best of luck, boys. So, with a combined brainstorm of Larry Vickers, Delta Force, and HK, the original 416 was born. And by 2005, guys, Delta Force, Dev Group, Navy SEALs, and more were running the 416. But that's not exactly what we have here today. Allegedly, rumor has it, HK put the original 416 in a pack-a-punch, and this is what it spit out. The 416A5, a gun that has been so successful that you can't even get it here in the States. That's when you know it's good, that it's banned from being imported. The official space magic gun of Euro Special Forces teams. Now, this gun is legit fielded by, again, nearly every single Special Forces team of Europe. We're talking UK, Germany, Spain, Portugal, Ukraine, Ireland, Malaysia, Belgium, you name it. I would be willing to bet that somewhere in their inventory is a 416A5. Now, this thing has seen more than most of the world, and apparently they think it's pretty rad over there. Now, each country typically has it set up just slightly different, depending on, what kind of mission they're on, regulation, and so on and so forth. But at the core, it's the same AK-15 across the board. Yes, I said AK-15. We are getting to that, I promise. So let's talk about the features here. First things first, obviously, super tactical, flat, dark earth drip, baby. Mad drip, straight bustin', no cap, for real, on God. Thanks, Gen Z. I gotta say though, as far as FDE rifles do go, guys, it's pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie. It's the tasteful richness of the beige, the raised lettering. Oh my God, is that RAL 8K? Patrick Bateman reference. Anyways, so guys, one of the coolest things I've found here on the A5 is the fully ambidextrous lower system. Safety on both sides for both right-handed and wrong-handed shooters to manipulate. Mag release on both sides. But what the best thing is the bolt catch and bolt release lever here. Guys, it's super simple to operate, yet it's still kind of intuitive. It's as easy as racking your charging handle, pushing up on the lever, and assuming you don't have some sort of malfunction, your gun is cleared and the bolt is now locked to the rear. So you're good to go. Insert your freshly topped off magazine of Freedom Seeds and press down on that lever. Baby, it's easy as 1, 2, and 3. So it's pretty intuitive, and guys, I genuinely like it. I'm kind of torn though between the lever design that we have here on the HK and the paddle design that comes on like the LMT lowers. I like both, I really enjoy both, but I would say that I'm gonna need a little bit more time on this lever style here to say whether or not I really like it more as of now. But I will say right now, I do like LMT's paddles just a little bit better. It just seems to make a little bit more sense to me. Now one other cool thing is the safety. No matter what condition your firearm is on, you can put it on safe, fire, full auto, no matter what. It's kind of neat. That's kind of a Euro thing. We don't really do that here in America. That's just because we like to party, baby. So This is HK's shortest variant of the gun, actually. They offer a 14.5 inch, 16.5, and also a 20 inch. This, of course, being the 11 inch. Of course, we'll never get to see any of them here because politics or whatever, but they've made it a pretty versatile platform. There is an upper for pretty much every job the 5.56 needs to do. Now, here in the pistol grip is a storage compartment. While I can cram like half a bag of Skittles in this bad Larry, but apparently that's not what HK intended it for. Whack. But it's for a field repair kit to go into the weapon right there in the grip. I suppose it's kind of nice to always know where your weapon repair kit is at, and it's always going to be on your rifle. However, I must say, are these guns really breaking that often to need a repair kit on your weapon at all times? No, not really. They're pretty well made. They aren't exactly just breaking down left and right. But, and here's another question. Are you actually going to break down your weapon system in a firefight to fix a broken firing pin? I mean, if the situation allows it, yes, absolutely. But hopefully it doesn't come to that because you stay on top of your maintenance and don't ride your parts out until failure in a combat theater and instead replace on, let's say, a time or round count interval. Did you go shoot 1,000 rounds last weekend? Okay, what's that put you at? A few thousand? Yeah, let's go ahead and put it in a new firing pin. That's just simple maintenance stuff to avoid catastrophic failures. So I suppose it's a good thing. Small little goofy gripe and tangent, but which leads me to the next topic. Gentlemen, this is an 11-inch carbine. This thing is not light. With a fully loaded mag, you're just under 10 pounds for the rifle. It's 9.8 pounds. That's heavy. I mean, for a rifle, actually, I mean, no, but also, yes, that's naked with just a mag. Now, you're going to have to put an optic on it. You're going to put a flashlight on it. If you're using nods, you're going to put a laser on it. Heaven forbid you put a can on this thing and you are pushing the same dang weight as a 16-inch Knight's Armament SR25 fully loaded with an optic. Dog, that's a heavy gun, especially considering the size of the weapon and what a 5.56 cartridge is even capable of. And what are you actually getting for that additional 2 pounds of weight? We're talking 25% increase in weight. An AK-47 short stroke piston system on an AR-15? The question you really have to ask yourself is what inherent problems are you actually solving for that trade-off of nearly 25% increase in weight? In my opinion, guys, it's nothing, especially when you're running the gun suppressed. Gentlemen, this is a gassy little thought wagon. Seriously, it's not exactly what I would consider a pleasant shooting carbine with a can in the least. The amount of gas introduced is way too polite here. More like Mike Tyson final round, uppercut straight past your eyeballs and into your brain. Skull slams you. I didn't want to say the bad word. Am I being a little dramatic? No, not really. Well, why didn't you just adjust the piston? I did, and unfortunately, just like every single dang adjustable piston gun I have ever played with, the difference in gas to your eyeballs is literally indistinguishable. They say, oh, put it on S for suppressed mode, put it on N for non-suppressed, or whatever the other setting is. It doesn't matter. And this isn't exclusive to HK, really. While it's an exceptionally well-built rifle, it's just disgusting overgassed with a can. Like, pretty much every piston gun ever, though, which again brings back the question, for an additional 25% weight gain, what are we actually gaining here? In my opinion, again, nothing. In fact, guys, I think we're losing something here. We're losing the edge. We're doing all of these things to solve problems that, is it really solving problems? I think the answer is no. The insane high back pressure of this gun is going to be incredibly hard on all of the internals. We're talking the bolt carrier group, gas key, firing pin, extractors, ejectors, and even with the very impressive HK build quality and attention to detail on those small parts, you're going to be wearing this gun out at a rate much faster than your typical DI gas gun. Maybe that's why they put that extra field repair kit in there, because they know you're going to be beating this thing to pieces if you put a can on it. We're talking like the buffer spring. It's going to wear out faster and lose its springing power, leading to slow and sluggish rebound, causing potential failures to feed. Your extractor, it's just going to wear out significantly faster. Ejectors are going to be on life support. Firing pins and get bent, and bolts are going to be riding their wheels. From my research and my own findings running nearly every dang flavor of carbine ever, there isn't a legit quantified performance upgrade to a piston system on this platform. Oh, but the bolt carrier group's cool to touch. Why are you touching your bolt carrier group after you just shot your gun? You know where you're going to be touching it at? Your grip, in your rail. And that gun is going to be so daggone hot under heavy strings of fire because that piston is sitting there right there on your hand. And it holds a significant amount more heat and for much longer than a DI gun. A DI gun is going to dissipate that heat much faster than that huge heavy piston system. Pair that again with the 25% weight increase and the insane amount of back pressure. You kind of just have to wonder, like, why have we strayed so far from our Lord and Saint Savior Eugene Stoner's original DI design? Oh, he created the AR-18. Yeah, but where did that go? He wanted the DI gun because he knew it was going to be more gooder. We didn't use the piston because he wanted the more gooder DI. So, guys, quite the tangent there, but am I being a little harsh on the gun? Yeah, but here's the thing, it's okay. It's an expensive tool. It's okay to be critical of expensive tools, especially when you think of a gun being a life or death kind of tool that you rely your entire existence on. I just genuinely do not see the benefits of this platform, nor would I recommend it. But that doesn't mean it's not cool though. It's okay to own guns that are just cool. And as far as cool points go, brother, dude, we got them here. It's a sexy piece of machinery. There is no doubt about that. But when it comes down to the legit performance of this gun, it just feels, I think the best way to describe it is just like, what? It's just unrefined. Not in build quality, because it is built very well. It's just the execution of that piston. The piston is simply not solving any problems and honestly going to lead to fatigued internals and super swole shoulders with that extra weight. So, gentlemen, that is a wrap on the HK-416A5-47. Again, I cannot thank you kings enough for the support we've gathered here at this channel. You each are top tier individuals and friends of the channel here. Never change, you handsome devils. So until next time, friends, say it with me, run your gun and not your mouth.
Sorry.